kind of challenge have we got in store this weekend?
An exciting one, there's no two ways about it. We've had a good look at Barnsley, and they're a very good team. The way that they're set up, they're extremely organised, aggressive with the pressing, and they'll pose a serious threat to us. So it's going to be a big challenge for us, but one that I'm confident that we're well capable of dealing with. We'll have a massive crowd behind us who are going to be huge for us on the day with the support that they'll give us, and I know that they're going to be right behind us all the way. So we're confident as always going into it, but we are aware that Barnsley come and they'll be full of confidence after a 4-0 resounding victory over Oxford as well. Having watched the footage, they were well worth the victory, and it could possibly have been more. So as I say, they'll come full of confidence, but we'll be ready.
You mentioned that you wanted to have a look at your squad in a competitive sort of arena. You saw that last week. What have you learned in the last few days going into, some people are saying it's one of the biggest games of the season, only 2 weeks in?
Exactly that, on the basis that the lads are not getting carried away. There's obviously a lot of people now saying different things, or getting a little bit hyped up by the fact that we won the first game against last season's beaten playoff finalists. But to us it was just the first game, and this is just the second game now. There is the added impetus of it being Barnsley and it being a Yorkshire derby, and we're well aware of that, and also the fact that they've sold out their ticket allocation, so there's going to be a tremendous atmosphere. But I think the most important bit on the day will be, managing the occasion, and that's one thing that I've seen this week. I saw that last week with the lads. At times last week was a frantic game, naturally, opening day of the season. Certainly from a coach's point of view, we would have liked to have seen a little bit more control, but we were respectful of the fact that it was the first day of the season. It was hot, there's a lot of nerves, excitement out there, so we were just pleased to come away with the 3 points. But the biggest thing we took from it, and through this week, is the character of those lads. We're building trust on a two-way thing all the time, them to us and us to them. And that's just continued this week. They came in straight away. They've not been carried away by the result. They've got their head down and they've worked hard this week, and they've had a good look at how we plan to approach Barnsley, and they're right behind exactly what we intend to do.
And in terms of squad news, will there be many changes, or are you trying to, if possible, build a consistent 11?
There will always be competition for places, and certainly over the next 14 days we've got 5 fixtures within that 14 days. So I had a little chat with the boys this week, and made them aware that at some point there's a high possibility that they will be needed. So they've got to keep themselves switched on. Now, the hardest thing for me, and this is the hardest part of the job, is on Saturday, on an occasion like that, I can only name 11. Now I know that's very cliche, but there's going to be 20 odd disappointed lads, and rightly so. I've been in that situation myself, and it's not nice. So it's understanding that. I'm certainly understanding of that. But it's just to make them aware that it's an important 2-week period for us. There's a lot of games that will come thick and fast. There's not much time to dust ourselves down after each fixture, and we will need everybody. So with regards to the squad going forward, we will always look to add if we feel like something is out there that comes into the group and strengthens us. But as I say, it will always come back to both their ability and the character. And if we get that, then yes, we're always in the market. If we don't, then we're happy with what we've got.
Yeah, and obviously on that, it's transfer deadline day. The club aren't going to make any more permanent additions, but the loan window remains open for that sort of 3 or 4 week more period, which gives you, I guess, a chance to reflect on what happens, potentially take into account any injuries you may pick up as well over the next, say, 5 matches in 14 days.
Yeah, definitely, and I think it's very important that there is that kind of buffer period of that 3 weeks, because over the next 2 weeks that'll be a big test on the squad, both from their ability wise and also just from the physical element. That's a lot of football in a short period of time, so we will need the entire squad, but it's good that we will also have the option, if we need to bring in reinforcements as and when we do need that. But as I reiterate, the squad's good, the squad's in a good place. There's a lot of good players that aren't in the so-called starting 11 at the moment that are pushing, and everybody's put themselves and applied themselves this week to try and put themselves in the frame to play against Barnsley on Saturday. So there's going to be some tough decisions made Saturday. I'm never one of them that I'm adamant that I have to go with the same 11 just because we've got a result. If I feel like there's something that needs adapting, something that needs changing, we've spotted something that we think that we can do different, then we will do that. But as I say, the main thing is that the players are giving me all they've got to try and get in that starting 11. So big questions this weekend, a lot for me to think about, but as I say, the squad wise, we're happy with where we are, but if we can add to it, we will.